Knicks will welcome the Pistons to the Garden for the first time this season. However, this will be their third meeting with the Pistons. The previous two have not gone great. Losses by a combined 69 points. Right now, the Pistons do have a 6-game lead on the Knicks in the East. They are first and third in the Eastern Conference. However, neither the Knicks nor Pistons are favorites to win the Eastern Conference, according to DraftKings Sportsbook. The Cavaliers are the favorites to come out of the East. And according to ESPN Analytics, the Cavs have the fifth best remaining schedule, fifth easiest, I should say, easiest remaining schedule in the league. Yesterday, Stephen A. sent a strong message to his Knicks squad.
You cannot lose this game. If you lose this game at the Garden, even though it's the regular season, at the Garden, without Durant and Stewart, I'm going to lose all hope. I'm going to lose all hope against them, against Detroit. If you can't beat the Detroit Pistons, if you're the New York Knicks, fresh off of 2 ass whippings this year against them, and you go up against them and you cannot beat Detroit without Durant and Stewart, without your front line, there's no reason for me to believe they could beat Detroit come postseason.
Lots on the line, it feels like, for the Knicks in game one of the second half of the season. So the Knicks, again, will welcome the Pistons to the Garden tonight. Are we more confident or concerned in the Knicks heading into this evening? What do you think, Perk?
Well, you know, it's 3 things that I'm scared of in life. Scary movies, healthy foods, and the Detroit Pistons. All right? But you know who's not scared of the Detroit Pistons? It's a guy by the name of Big Body Bronson. He don't give a damn about them. And that's the reason that I have confidence in the New York Knicks, because I got confidence in Jalen Brunson and what he has displayed to us over the last 2 seasons, especially in the postseason, especially when you talk about being clutch, winning clutch player of the year last season. You know, I had the honor of going do the podcast, roommates with Jalen Brunson down All-Star Weekend. Yeah. And I told him something, and I meant it. And I said, do you realize Jalen Brunson is already a top 3 greatest Knicks player, top 3 greatest Knicks players of all time?
Absolutely.
But guess what? I told him in his face, he's only a championship away from being the greatest Knick of all time. Yeah. And he looked at me and he said, I feel you. And I saw it in his face, and I said, you need to capitalize on this moment. And so when I think about Brunson and I think about what he's capable of doing to anybody, right now he's been arguably still consistently over the last 2 years the best player in the Eastern Conference. Jaylen Brown and Cade Cunningham, they're putting up a fight. But the New York Knicks have the deepest roster in the Eastern Conference. They check all the boxes. I have confidence in them, but the Detroit Pistons do scare me. But because of Big Body Brunson and his clutch play, I got to say I still have confidence that the Knicks could get to the promised land.
Can I jump in?
Yeah.
Because I think that we need to have an intervention with him. This is a coming to Christ moment for him. It's a very big moment. I know he has other big moments in 2027, 2028 that will arise. But this is a big moment for him right here. Because, you know, I think we talk a lot about what is, but what we should be doing is talking about what should be. And what should be is this is what the Knicks have always wanted. They are bravado. We're New York. Stand up. Orange and blue skies. Confidence, demeanor, right? The physicality, the aggressiveness. They're not Jet fans. They're not built like Jet fans. Are we turning into Jet fans? What is all the worriness about? Are we worried about a team that literally 2 years they're removed from a franchise worst 14-68 record? Are we worried about a team that has not been past the first round since 2008 in the NBA playoffs? Or are we more focused on the team that is going to defend home court, that has just been to the Eastern Conference Finals, that has made moves for a coach that they felt like was running their players into the ground, for another coach that now it's either all or nothing? No, we're not the Jets fans. We're New York Knicks. We're stand up. I need this team to not have excuses. Now, I know fans and teammates are different, Perk. We live in that world. But this is the true persona of the Knicks. I don't want to hear excuses. I don't want to see him feel worried. I want him to be a man that he is.
Well, he didn't say word. He said he's scared.
That's
He didn't
worse.
say word.
That's worse.
He said he's scared.
That's not who you are.
Jalen Brunson is the best player, but Karl Anthony Towns is the most important piece for us, how far the Knicks go, right? Is he going to be that guy that plays with force, that guy that anchors the defense, the guy that's going to clean that glass like a fresh bottle of Windex every single night and play with that level of physicality? This team is going to go as he takes them, right, with his mentality. Number two, really on the cooler.
I don't think that makes him feel great.
Really on the cooler, New York Knicks playing with house money this year.
Okay.
What?
Let me tell you why. The best thing that happened for them was that Giannis didn't get traded. So now, because Giannis wants to be in New York, he wants to be in New York. All those other teams that we heard about rumor-wise, they were secondary option. The New York Knicks saying, nah, we go test run this squad right here. We believe that we could get somewhere with this squad. If you fall short, guess what? You have the assets, may not have draft capital, but you could give up a Karl Anthony Towns and a Mikal Bridges and bring in a third team, and now you bring back Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis wants to be in New York. That's why he wasn't forcing the issue. That's why Brian Windhorst came and reported that he told the Milwaukee Bucks in August that he wanted to be in New York. It's the reason we didn't see no motion. So if I'm in New York, if I'm a Knicks, if I'm Leon Rose and Worldwide West, I'm sitting back and I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. They're playing with house money.
Okay. Lakers back in action tomorrow night against the Clippers with a focus on getting healthy. Here's LeBron on the Mind podcast. Listen to what he had to say.
We're playing good ball at times, but the number one important thing for us is back to is health.
Yeah.
You know, we finally got healthy, you know, with AR coming back, and then Luka goes down with the hamstring. Mm-hmm. So, you know, that is going to be the most important for our team. Yeah. It's not trying to get his numbers. Mm-hmm. It's about how can we get enough minutes and chemistry
reps
on the floor and reps, like, you know, okay, this is what our fourth quarter lineup looks like. This is, you know, how we end the quarters. You know, a lot of games are won, you know, in the last minute and a half of quarters. You know, how can you outscore the team? How can you get more possessions? And
rotations are always changing.
So
how do you work on it?
You know, that's for us to be, you know, I think 11 games, 12 games over 500 right now, top 6 seed in the West. I think it's pretty damn good under the situation that we've been in, but we got to keep going.
He's right.
Biggie's wrong.
Bravo. Hold on. Bravo. Breaking news. The most important thing is health. Wow. Who the hell don't know that? Y'all. Come on, man.
Come on, y'all.
It's not, and listen, I'll let you go first, but I hate.
No, tell me.
I hate when God, I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about anybody. I swear I wish I wasn't over FCC Airways. Who don't know that? If you're not healthy, you're not on the court, or you're on the court hobbled. Who doesn't know health? I can't. This is why I get up. I get mad sometimes because I'm one of those dudes that I want these cats to have their podcast, and I want them to edify us and to educate us about the game and all that other stuff. I tell them anytime when I talk to you about you, when I tell you, I always say to y'all, how many times have I said this, y'all? How many times have you seen me say this to football analysts that come on the show? Yo, man, y'all played the game. Y'all played the game at the highest level. Make sure you always throw in a nugget of something we don't know. That's it. Who the hell doesn't know health? Is Jason Tatum on the Boston Celtics?
Yes.
Is he playing?
No.
Thank you. Is Tyrese Halliburton playing?
No.
Is Damian Lillard playing in Portland?
No.
Why not?
Achilles.
Go ahead.
All right.
Hell. Who doesn't know that?
I'm not a LeBron apologist. I think there are times I agree with LeBron, there are times I disagree with LeBron. Number one, LeBron didn't choose that clip that we showed. We did. Okay? So, like, when you're talking for an hour and a half.
That's fair.
When you're talking for an hour and a half,
you
just start talking to another hooper and you say, hey, like, you know, health is an important thing for all of us. That's number one. Number two, I do think sometimes, and it's not this show because we talk basketball.
Right.
You talk basketball.
Right.
Other shows just run with lazy narratives.
Yeah, that's true.
That sometimes guys like LeBron like to combat. And the last thing I'll say, Perk, is I know you give me that side look out of your eye.
I just want to know where you're going with.
I can feel it. When LeBron, Austin Reeves, and Luka play a combined 10 games out of 54 games, only 10, and they're in 5th in the West, with the unavailability of health, he's right. They're in striking position. Look, I don't think anybody up here going to say we think they're going to, unless you tell me you're going to pick the Lakers. I know you ain't going to pick the Lakers to beat OKC or potentially.
But I am rooting for them to do so.
Yes, and we understand why.
Absolutely.
Yes, we understand why.
We do realize you have a hidden agenda.
Yes.
Not so.
But if they
But that
are
I'm saying,
could they
That's
win
so
the
hidden.
Western Conference? No.
No, I think their
what's the
ceiling is the
ceiling?
Western Conference semifinals.
Okay.
I think that's their ceiling. And I think that's okay to say. But they're
That's
in,
like where they're at now, kind of.
yeah, but
Four seed,
they're in striking position. That's all you can ask for if you're LeBron and if you're Luka Doncic at this point.
Well, this is not breaking news.
What do you mean?
Like Luka is one of the best players in the world. He's leading the league in scoring. Even without LeBron James, it was still Luka and Austin Reeves on the floor. And then when Luka had to miss a few, you go in there and you beat a Sacramento Kings team, with Austin Reeves leading the charge, who has shown that he's an all-star caliber player. Okay, Austin Reeves is out. You still have Luka and Braun. And then Luka goes out. You still have Braun and Austin Reeves. They have enough offensive firepower that they're going to win you regular season games at a high level. But that's not what Los Angeles Lakers are about. It's about championships or bust. And can they compete and go win a championship? The answer is hell no, because it's another side of the basketball, and this is one of the reasons why I question, outside of Luka, is Austin Reeves the guy that the Lakers are going to max out? Can you, because let's forget this season. Let's go past this season, right? Can you invest majority of your money into Austin Reeves and Luka and think that you have a legitimate shot at going win a championship? I don't. You know why?
I agree with that.
Because at some point, you got to get your ass down and slide those puppies. You got to be able to defend. The Lakers have one of the best offensive teams right now. But guess what? They can't guard senior citizens at recess right now with this squad. They're one of the worst defensive teams in the league. They have a big that complain every day in DeAndre Ayton. You look at his numbers, you think he have a double-double, and that's fool's gold. So, no, if you asking me, can this team go out and compete and contend to win a championship this year? Hell no. They still in this second round.
Did you think they could at the beginning of the season?
No.
That was my point.
So when
That was my point.
When Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, and LeBron James all play together, they're 7-2 so far this season. A very small sample size.
Offensively, however, the only last point I said is offensively, when you are prolific, you can put opposing offenses on their heels. You can compromise them because you can make them tight because they know they can't stop you. So again, the Lakers' ceiling is probably the Western Conference Finals because they're good enough to win a couple of series in the NBA if their offense is clicking. But they ultimately will run into a wall. They won't make the finals.
Remember what that man in the Minnesota Timberwolves did to them last year in the first round?
I agree.
We thought the same thing.
I know. But they also stopped them. See what I'm saying? They neutralized them offensively. It wasn't they just outscored them. They put them on lock and key when they had to.
You're giving them more credit than these two, the Western Conference Finals. All right.